I sing, then you sing. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Let's sing it 2 times. I'll give you some pitch awareness. Here we go. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. Look at each other. Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you.
Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Amherst. My name is Marlena Rice, and I participate in this congregation by being up here in front of you and by helping out with a few other things once in a while. We are so glad you've chosen to spend your Sunday mornings with us. Let us take a collective breath together and appreciate this loving community around us. For those in the chapel, I urge you to actually turn off your phone completely to free up bandwidth for the live stream. Our Wi-Fi can be a little wobbly, and we want to have our online community, both those now and those who will view us later, to have as full an experience as possible. If you need a little extra hearing support, we have assisted hearing devices at the ushers table in the back of the chapel. Feel free to borrow one for the service.
Let me add my welcome to Marlena's. I'm Reverend Michelle Buhite, the minister of this congregation. My pronouns, which I offer to create a truly inclusive and brave space for all to live into the fullness of our identities, are she and her. I offer these words of welcome penned by UU minister Kathleen McTeague. We come together this morning to remind one another, to rest for a moment on the forming edge of our lives, to resist the headlong tumble into the next moment until we claim for ourselves awareness and gratitude, taking the time to look into one another's faces and see their communion, the reflection of our own eyes. This house of laughter and silence, memory and hope is hallowed by our presence together. Our gathering music this morning can be found in the Gray Hymnal, number 21, For the Beauty of the Earth. The lyrics will be up front also. I want to give you a little information about this hymn. The words were first written by the English hymnodist. For those of you who play Scrabble, there's your new word, hymnodist. Folliot Sandford Pierpoint. If you've ever felt bad about any of your names, I think you feel much better. He penned this when he was just 29 years old in 1864. This hymn is part of a grouping of songs that are sung around Thanksgiving. So for those of us who were raised in Christian churches, know that depending on your age, your great or great-great or great-great-great-grandparents probably sang this song on a Sunday morning in November. So let's invite all of that ancestral energy into this space as we sing with gusto and gratitude. Please rise and body your spirit. may be seated. We've gathered and we've sung, breathing and toning in unison. What we have just engaged in is the beginning of weaving ourselves together, making this place holy by our presence and our intentions. What comes next are two important rituals that we engage in as we weave this complex tapestry that includes our history, our future, and the beauty of the moment. Each week we offer a land acknowledgement to bring to our minds and hearts the indigenous people who once occupied this land where our church rests. And in the acknowledgement, we also make a promise, a covenant, to establish relationships with the indigenous people who continue to struggle in a whitewashed world that too often dehumanizes them and refuses to acknowledge their sovereignty. This is not an empty ritual. It's a reminder. Each week, we covenant anew. Following the land acknowledgement, honoring the land and the people who once tended it and who continue to experience oppression, we will light a chalice, just as congregations around the world do when UUs gather. Again, this is not an empty ritual. This is an affirmation of our core values as a people of faith.
When we gather, we employ the elements of water and fire to create the sacred space where we can be fully present. Sam Grote will be helping with this ceremony today. We begin with the acknowledgement that our church is built on holy ground, land that was nurtured and cultivated most recently by the Haudenosaunee. We offer this libation as our giveaway, as we honor the struggle of people seeking justice and peace. We seek the courage and wisdom to heal the wounds of the past and build a better future story for all our neighbors and fellow creatures together. It is also our custom when we gather to light a chalice. The chalice is a cup or vessel, symbolizes the Unitarian Universalism and the gathered community. The flame represents the spark that each one of us brings to represent the light of truth, the warmth of community, and the fire of commitment to bring more compassion and justice to our world. Please join me in our chalice lighting. We gather this hour as people of faith with joys and sorrows, gifts and needs. We light this beacon of hope, sign of our quest for truth and meaning in celebration of life we share together.
Let's ready our hearts by singing together a song that we learned last week. So Rick, if you would just play the first verse and then skip to the third to the end, so we won't do the repeat. But when we sing it, we'll do the whole thing. Does that make any sense? Perfect. So just listen, knowing that there's a hidden verse in there. It's fun, isn't it? I think it's a good way to begin our movement into another ritual. So those of you who've been here a long time, if you have a tally of all the rituals that we've added in my 10 and a half years here, keep it to yourselves. Right? Or at least put smiley faces next to them. But ritual is how we embody the sacredness of our presence here together. And so in this ritual, where you're invited to come either to the labyrinth up front or there's a small labyrinth in the back, and to bring in a very symbolic way, in just a tiny stone, all that you're bringing with you into this place, so that we can hold it together. I'm trying to think of the quote that grief multiplied is, or divide, I don't know. I shouldn't try quotes in the middle of a thing that I haven't practiced. But it's easier when you have a group, an ensemble, to carry all that you're bringing. So as the music plays, I invite you to come forward, and if that is not a thing that works for you, then I invite you to remain seated and hold the vessel for all that is happening in the room. Come forward as you will. I place a final stone in recognition of all the joys and sorrows and complicated lifeness of all of us gathered here and all of us gathered in our online community. So let's expand our circle to include those whose presence we feel even if they are not present. You know, I offer that each week, and maybe that brings tears, and maybe that brings a smile, and all of that is welcome. We hold in our hearts all who are ill, in body or in spirit, those who are experiencing pain or limitation. We also hold in our hearts all those who are healers and helping to alleviate that pain. We extend this circle of love out beyond our community, out into the world, in a world that desperately needs just a big hug. May our hearts remain tender, even when we might be tempted to build a wall around them. May we continue to find hope in the goodness of life and in the source of love. May we find strength and peace and courage for the days to come. It's Wonderbox time. Yay! Come on down. Come on and have us. Can you sit on the... Cece, you're the very first one to get here. Yeah. Ta-da. Come on, y'all. Come on, friends. Hey, Cece, you need to stay with me, hon. Or go that way. Yep. Okay. Excellent. Very nice skipping, by the way. Your mom didn't learn how to skip for another full year. Okay, can you sit with Mama? There we go. Don't sit on your sister. Try not to sit on your sister. Okay. I don't mean to be directive or anything, but, you know. So I have a Wonderbox. Oh, wow. What's in my Wonderbox? Oh, it is a blanket of love. Wow, it's so nice. Oh, you could sleep in it, you could cuddle in it. You know, I wish I had one of these. Oh, one of these nice blankets of love when I was a kid. Kids at school were really mean to me. So my last name then was Mudge. Can you think of words that rhyme with Mudge? So could they. And whole strings of things like, it's the Pudge Judge Mudge smudging fudge. I mean, it was traumatic. It's not a big deal. Well, it's still a big deal, actually. But if I'd had a nice blanket of love, maybe I wouldn't have felt so bad. You know, when I went to church on Sundays, I would learn about how much God couldn't love me because I'd been born bad, not as a cherished new human on a beautiful planet. That was kind of a crummy religion. You heard it here first. So when I was a grown-up, I discovered Unitarian Universalism, and it was like finding a warm, soft blanket of love. People listened to my ideas, and some of them even said I should be a minister. This faith is like a warm blanket. Our faith says that all are worthy of love. Everybody's important. And we believe that we are deeply connected to the earth and that we should take care of it. We believe in fairness and generosity. Oh, I almost forgot. I have invisible blankets for each of you. Here, I'm going to walk around with the thing, and you want to get an invisible blanket? Yeah. Okay. All right, here, get. Invisible ones are ones you can't see, but you can know they're there. So go ahead and pull out an invisible blanket. There you go. Here's your Cease. Here's yours. Yeah. Here's yours, Aria. Yeah. Here you go, Poppy. No? Yeah, you want an invisible blanket. Yeah, even grown-ups can have invisible blankets. Yeah. There you go. Oh, yeah. See, it's catching on. Invisible blankets going around. Oh my goodness. So go ahead and shake out your invisible blanket and put it around you. And when you put it around you, hold it tight. Oh, now you're giving yourself a hug. How nice is that? You've got an invisible blanket of love and you're giving yourself a little hug of love. So, can you feel that warm love all around you? So, adults in the room, just like any good airline, your invisible blankets are on the seat cushion underneath you. So in case, yeah, Rick, you've got one too. We are a full service kind of congregation here. So heads up, you're gonna need it later in the service, okay? So just so you know where to find it. Okay, so everybody, close your eyes really tight and think about the people who aren't here. And send them all kinds of love. And send them invisible blankets. Okay, good. Now open your eyes as wide as you can, like you're really surprised. Oh, I'm so surprised. Ooh, I'm so surprised. There are invisible blankets of love everywhere. And you know what? We are all weaving invisible blankets all the time when we are kind to other people and help them to feel loved. So it's time for you to go to your activities, but don't forget your invisible blanket. Hey, I see your invisible blanket on the floor. Take it with you. All right, let's sing them out, shall we? We have a shared reading this morning. If you like to look in hymnals, you'll find it at the back of the gray hymnal, number 441. Y'all will be reading the italicized version, but the words will also be up front. So whichever way is better for you to work. I will be reading as one, and Marlena will be reading with you as all. To worship is to stand in awe under a heaven of stars before a flower, a leaf in sunlight, or a grain of sand.
To worship is to be silent, receptive, before a tree astir with the wind or the passing shadow of a cloud.
To worship is to work with dedication and skill. It is to pause from work and listen to a strain of music
To worship is to sing with the singing beauty of the earth. It is to listen through a storm to the still, small voice within.
Worship is a loneliness seeking communion. It is a thirsty land crying out for rain.
Worship is kind fire within our hearts. It moves through deeds of kindness and through acts of love.
Worship is the mystery within us, reaching out to mystery beyond.
It is an articulate silence, yearning to speak. It is the window of the moment, open to the sky of the eternal.
Whoever you are, we welcome you. Wherever you come from, we welcome you. Whomever you love, we welcome you. If someone ever asks you to define your faith, those 3 statements, well, they should about cover it. We don't need a big old creed. I didn't even mean to make that rhyme, but there you go. We don't need a big old creed. We don't need a guidebook of saints to intercede on our behalf. All we need to do is to understand the overwhelming welcome of this faith. I came to Unitarian Universalism through the side door of Care for the Earth. Les and I had been encouraged by some friends to join the local green group that met at the UU Church. And we discovered that we had found a community that shared our values. When we discovered that we were going to have a child, we started church shopping. Maybe some of you have done that. Maybe some of you are doing that now. It's funny. We wanted to find a church that was built on community, not on creed, and after months of searching, it still didn't occur to us to check out the UU Church, until, of course, just before it was time for our daughter to be born. Once we started attending, it took us 2 years to become members. I'd already begun religious education classes, both some for myself and teaching some, and occasionally played the piano for services. It was clear that we had found what we were looking for, even if it wasn't always a perfect fit. You see, this warm and welcoming faith does not require perfection, but it does challenge us to become better humans. Our focus is on the here and now, not the hereafter. It's not about where you will go, but who you will be. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert, repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination. calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. I first read that poem in the back of our gray hymnal. It's number 490 if you want to read it later for yourself. It was 1993, and the hymnal had just been printed. Our congregation had purchased a couple of boxes of them, and I was part of the group that would make the transition, removing the older hymnals and replacing them with the one where even the title on the front cover moved me to tears. Singing the living tradition, a living, breathing tradition. Songs that lift up and reinforce the beauty of other spiritual paths. I love our gray hymnal. I recognize that I might be a little bit of a hymnal geek. I mean, after all, I did know what hymnodist meant. But truly, you can find so much about our shared theology just by flipping through the pages. Now, it's not perfect. You're gonna find songs and readings that are dated. I can't believe I'm saying that since 1993, things are dated. But there is still so much to warm and challenge us. How much do we even know about the spiritual paths of other UUs? In this room, you are very likely to find, in alphabetical order, agnostics, atheists, Buddhists, Christians, humanists, Jews, pagans, and I imagine I'm leaving out a spiritual path that some among us follow. I'm sorry. What's cool is that we can be Unitarian Universalists and still cherish a spiritual path or practice from another tradition. If it's rooted in love and based in reason, it fits. So let's just take a quick poll to see if my intuition is correct. I'm thinking that the majority of folks come from some form of Christianity. Even if that was nominally attending services at Christmas and Easter, that counts. So if you fall into that broad range, if that describes anything about where you have been in your journey, could you raise hands just so I can see? Oh, I'm right. I love to be right. Thank you. You can put your hands down. So folks in the live stream, I hope that you put something in the chat so that you are also playing along with our little game. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Unitarian Universalists often include a spiritual path or practices to enhance their experience of Unitarian Universalism. And since there are so many of you who have at some point have been or on the path of Christianity, as it is most broadly described, let's use that. So what might it look like to be a UU Christian? Often it means focusing on the humanity of Jesus rather than the stories of his divinity. Our Unitarian and Universalist roots are Christian. We've simply opened the door a little wider, made our welcome a little more inclusive. I am grateful for this living and loving faith that challenges me to do better. Maybe you're wondering how you might experience a bit of that. Well, let me tell you about a little harebrained idea that our Director of Faith Development, Katie, and I had with regard to the December holidays and how to move away from the frantic commercialism that it often entails. So this is going to feel like a commercial, and it might be. Knowing that UUs tend to be readers with diverse tastes and preferences, and knowing that we put a lot of importance on green living, we came up with the idea of a not Black Friday book sale. People bring in books in great condition and printed within the last 10 years. Yes, I'm looking at you. And other people buy those gifts, those books, for an awesome price and give them away as gifts. So that idea caught on, and the clothing ministry jumped in and said, oh, we can do that too. And you can find out more about this wonderful opportunity to subvert the paradigm, right? Everything about our society says go out and get a brand new thing. It better be brand new, better be glitzy and sparkles, and maybe sing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer when you open the package. We don't have to play that. We can subvert the paradigm. We can be a little bit green for a minute. And even if it's just like one thing and you wrap it up and give it to yourself, that still counts. You have done some green gift giving. I'm not here to shame you for whatever plans you have. That is not my thing. But it's an opportunity. And you know, it's not just December where holidays and birthdays happen. Just making a note, you know, you could just take a whole big stack with you for future reference. I think you'd all be gift giver of the year, and I would be glad to give you crowns, actually. Make a note that I would like to buy some crowns. Thank you. I am so grateful for this living and loving faith that warms and challenges me. I'm grateful for the privilege of ministering to and with this congregation, because we do the work of ministry together. All right, this is where you're going to need your invisible love blankets, so go ahead, bring them out. I'll wait. Thank you for those of you who understand the importance of playing along. All right, and it's okay, even if you didn't put on your invisible blanket, because I can't see it, so you might have put it on really quickly, and I just didn't notice. But go ahead and put your arms around each other, around yourselves, right? Give yourself a nice hug. And just listen. You are loved. You are worthy of love and respect. You are held by this faith that will challenge you to do and be better, and it will catch you when you fail and fall. Now the hugging is optional, so you can keep hugging yourself or you can release. This faith will challenge you to do and be better, and it will catch you when you fall and fail, because you do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over announcing your place in the family of things. Isn't that all we crave? To be accepted for the imperfect beings that we are, and to be reminded that we belong. Come as you are, but don't stay that way. Come broken and disillusioned and find healing and purpose. Come enthusiastic and find a place for those embers to ignite in service to love. It's time to sing. We're going to sing Gather the Spirit, written by my friend Jim Scott, a very famous UU singer-songwriter. If you know it already, sing it with great gusto, because that's the way it's meant to be sung, I think. So please rise, embody your spirit as we sing.
Before we invite you to participate in the act of reciprocity and generosity, we're going to hear a few words from UU Amherst member Charlie Destres. Charlie?
I've got 20 pages here, so long that I actually brought 2 pairs of glasses. It's what it means when you're old and feeble. Thank you for planning that, Michelle. Appreciate it. Hi. My name is Charlie Destres. Some of you know me, and I am honored, truly, to say a few words about this place, what it means to me. You know, when I saw the words of what it means to me, it kind of reminded me in 4th grade when you have to say something about your summer vacation and what it means to you, you know? Well, this has nothing to do with that. But when I first walked through this place, the doors through this place, I wasn't looking for any of this. And some of you have heard this story. My very dear friend and business partner, Julie Marquis, and I came here because we emailed Reverend Michelle to talk to her about some business that we were doing. So we figured that, you know, since we're brilliant in business, that we would talk to congregations. Brilliant. It works incredibly well. And so the good Reverend said, hey, great idea. Come Sunday, we'll talk after the service. So remember, I wasn't looking for community, a spiritual home, answers to the great questions of life, nothing. We were just trying to sell stuff. We never did talk business, and we have been here ever since almost 3 years ago. So we're still trying to make that appointment. But what's really strange about it all, and this may be true, especially for some of you who are kind of new here, I had no clue that I needed this. I had no idea that I had no one else to talk to. Well, Julie, right? And there was no real groups of people in my life. There was family and those kinds of things, but I was siloed. And a lot of it had to do with the pandemic. A lot of it had to do with life in general. I was the first remote worker 30 years ago. So I was always on my own talking to my dogs and cats. So this was all new to me. But when I came in here, holy cow, it was like lighting a match. And it still continues to this day. You know, the core of what makes this place so vital are its people, of course. I've made so many wonderful friends. It's been great. People who have been coming here for decades, and they still welcomed people like me who are new, just like we're welcoming any of you folks who are new. Because it kind of resonated with what I believed in, and I think it may for you as well. There's something that is called the 7 principles that we affirm as UU folks. And for me, these principles aren't just statements, they're really kind of a daily reminder. I have it hung up on my wall in my office. It's a challenge for how to live a more meaningful life. Now, at the risk of boring you real quick, I'm going to read these 7 things, and I'm going to kind of give you some thoughts on them. And I promise after that, there's only 8 more pages. You know, it's funny, in some of the religions that many of us grew up in, for me it was Christianity, Catholics, and, you know, if you did something wrong, you'd go to purgatory. And I always wondered since then, what happened to purgatory? I mean, where did it go, right? I mean, purgatory is something we don't talk about anymore. But here's what we do talk about. These are the 7 things that we care about, and it represents everything we do here. And Michelle talks about this all the time, and sometimes you hear about it, and one resonates, or maybe 2 or 3 or 4. Let's go through it. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. Think about that. I don't know. Is there anything going on that may challenge dignity to people? Do you see anything out there that may bother you, that may give you stress and anxiety about how people are treated? Number 2, justice, equity, compassion in human relations. I don't know, how much time do we have? Acceptance of one another. You know how different we are? You know the things that are that make us who we are, that society goes, no, 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 that's not allowed. That's BS. I almost said the whole word. A free and responsible search for truth and meaning. I think most people know still today, we still know the difference between right and wrong. Sure, we're still tempted to do some things that may be questionable, right here, but we keep trying. The next one, the right of conscience and the use of the democratic process within this congregation and society at large. Democracy's on the run. It's under attack. And we're the ones that can bring it back. Our congregations are the ones that can bring it back. And congregations like us, they don't have to be exactly this kind of thinking, but the ones that believe in democracy and being fair to everybody and include everyone, it's all up to us to take care of that side of it. The goal of world community with peace, liberty, and justice for all. Same thing. We can light a match, and if there are enough of us lighting that match, it's a huge light. You can't miss it. It's up to us. Some of these things are massive, and some of them are so personal. And the last one is respect for the interdependent web of all existence of which we are part. You know, I mean, look at these beautiful trees, the surroundings around here. There are people here that spend hours doing the gardens. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's fantastic. I love spiders. This morning, I was at my desk thinking about this, and this spider drops from the ceiling onto my keyboard. Really did happen. I was like, wow, what's that about? I'm not sure, but I'd just throw it in there. So, the center to everything in those 7 principles is something called love. We've all heard that word. I always use the word like and love. They're so intertwining, they're so important. So love's really kind of the centerpiece of everything because it's what we do. We're hoping that everybody really loves each other because, it's kind of the thing about being human, isn't it? So these things aren't easy, let's face it. We all have garbage thinking occasionally, but the remedies are worth pursuing. We may not get it right all the time, but working on improving any of these can be contagious. It really can. You know, you might think, well, stress, anxiety, depression is contagious, and that can be. But think about progress, hope, love, acceptance, tolerance. That's contagious too. And that's what we do. And if one of us really isn't doing that, we support each other. We lift each other up. Since arriving here, I've come to love this place. Like I said, because of its people, of course, but because of this wonderful belief system. Everything we talk about here is to try to make things better, not by denigrating someone because they are queer, black, white, Muslim, trans, immigrants, fat, gay, migrant workers, homeless, straight, working poor, skinny, or even Miami Dolphin fans. We are opening our arms to everybody out there. So let's laugh and party instead. I'm glad you're here. Stay happy and healthy. I love you all. Cheers.
Charlie, thank you for your inspirational testimony. We are so glad that you've made you your home for the last 3 years, and in another 40, you'll be where I am now. I've been here 43 years, and I love this place. It is like no other. I walked through the doors, felt welcomed immediately, and have stayed. And I hope you find a place that suits you too. And now it is our turn. We are a generous and thoughtful people, and it is with gladness that we affirm and promote our hope-filled faith. We support the work of this congregation with our time, our talents, and our treasures, and that includes both our pledges and our offerings. The offering will now be gratefully received. Thank you, ushers and helpers. And thank you all for your generous donations. We began our service with a lighting of the chalice, and now we extinguish the chalice, not to quench the flame, but to return it to our individual hearts, strengthened by this time spent together, so that we can share our light with the world. Please join your voices with mine. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. As our service draws to an end, our service to the world is ready to begin. You'll find many opportunities for growth and service in your order of service and on our website. Marie Evans has an announcement for us.
Good morning. My name is Marie Evans, and although I hate to push the season, there is a Christmas tree in the lobby that has a whole bunch of little angels on it, and each one has a name and an age of a child. We support the Holiday Hope campaign, which benefits the programs done by Gateway Longview, which is our next door neighbor here. If you choose an angel off the tree, you can come see me in the Emerson room after the service. I have the children's wish lists. We expect people to spend $75 to $100 to fulfill the wish list. If that's a lot for you to do individually, we're happy to pair people up or to take a cash donation of a smaller amount and do shopping for you. For many of the children, this is the only gift they'll receive this holiday. So we try to be generous. The gifts are due back December 7th after the service, and if you choose an angel, that is yours to keep. So come and see me after the service, after you pick an angel off the tree.
Thank you, Maria. Another way in which our church supports the wider community. Take a moment and look at your order of service. You'll see this month is filled with opportunities to live our Unitarian Universalist values with a Not Black Friday book and gift sale, a counterculture slow retreat. I'm really looking forward to that one, I gotta tell you. And the opportunity to gather in community for a shared Thanksgiving dinner. And if I were home, I'd be there. And now put your order of service in your bag or pocket so you can add these events to your calendar when you get home. This also helps us keep the chapel tidy and ready for the next group or event. If you are already feeling the pressure of the fall and winter holidays, the slow retreat might be just what you need. A cozy environment, quiet conversation, and rest. Nourishing food, a space for body, soul, and spirit to take a bit of a breather. If that sounds good to you, sign up today at the welcoming desk in the lobby. We are in need of a minimum number of people to participate, and I really want to be there, so sign up. Meanwhile, all are invited to stay for coffee and conversation in the Emerson room just through the double doors at the back of the chapel and in the lobby. There is a kid-friendly area in the Emerson room in the zone by the windows at the end of the room. And now please rise in body or spirit as we sing our closing blessing. Don't forget to twinkle those eyes and share smiles with one another during the third verse. Remain standing afterwards for the benediction.
once again. Travel light and travel easy, till remember I'm your friend. Our benediction comes from the late Jane Goodall. You cannot get through a single day without having an impact on the world around you. What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make. Go in peace, make a difference.